to another Cigar Chat. I'm your host, Rob, from Robbie Raz Reviews, as always. We've got Logan here with us down in the down in the green room. So you're finding yourself in your garage, I think. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I found that new. That's a good doggy mask too. It reminds me of my dog.
It looks nothing like your dog.
Okay, whatever.
No, I like your dog. Truman's pretty cool.
I know, man. He's badass.
So your wife goes away for a few days and you're wearing dog masks.
That's how I roll, bro. That's how I roll.
You found some new fetish sites to check out. And
you have no idea, man. You have no idea.
Oh, that's fantastic. So today, guys, we've got from Stogie 411, we've got Michael and Michael. Thanks for taking the time. Are you guys both Michael, or do we have a Mike?
Whatever you want to call us, man. We're pretty easy together.
Oh wow, yep. that could be fun too. Oh, hello. Yeah, here's my phone. So thanks for taking the time to join us, guys. We appreciate it. Let's. I'm gonna kick it to. to Michael Williams, and Michael, give everybody. We're live on CigarFederation.com, and give everybody kind of some background on your show, Stogie 411, for the guys that may not be familiar with it, or just give them some details.
Oh, all right. I get to start off. See that, Mike? You
kicked it right to you.
Pre-show. You screwed up in the pre-show, just like our show. You get to go second. I don't know, just two nitwits that got together. We were both on two different sites, and when I started out on Mike Stogie's, Mike was one of the people who helped me out, and we were kicking around different ideas of some things that we didn't see that was out there yet for people to get cigar information, and we came up with one of the ideas that we do, almost similar to what you guys are doing. We just got together, threw the idea around, and said, let's find a way to get the consumer out there who can't make it to, any event, that they can sit down and actually talk to, get their questions answered right away by a manufacturer. And we threw it around and came up with this idea, and it's been fun. It's been almost 3 years. A work in progress, as you guys probably know. Some things you can't control, some things you can. And it's been fun, but yeah, it's going great. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a more fun, crazy guy to do it with. So we have a ball.
I wish Rob would say nice things like that about me. He never says nice shit about me. It's always mean as hell. He calls me Meg, for the love of God.
That's because Mike sent me a check about 2 weeks ago, so I promised him I'd behave.
Okay, wait. Let's just cut me a check, dude. It's no problem.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I was actually going to say, it sounds like you guys genuinely like each other.
No, we really don't, actually, but we pretend for TV.
Yeah, no, he's a dick. It's all right.
No, you guys do a good job. It must be weird to host a show with somebody that you genuinely like.
Very crazy.
Well,
it's fucking hard.
If you're watching Mike, usually what he does is what he's doing now. He's quiet and he drinks. So it's pretty easy.
That's actually not bad. Hey, Mike, give us a little bit of background on yourself before you take that puff.
Well, like Mike said, we're both on different sites. I'm at StogieReview.com. I do reviews. I've been doing reviews for God, how many years now? Going on 4, I guess, something like that. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but. We just got together. We hooked up when Mike was setting his site up, and we just started talking. We really, got along great, and we just decided, what the hell? This is something that's really cool to do. A live show where everybody can see the manufacturer. People can ask questions of the manufacturers or bloggers or whoever we have on the show, and a lot of people just don't get that opportunity. Some people live out in the middle of nowhere, or they're just ugly and nobody wants to associate it with them, like Mike, and so we have those people in our hearts. We want to help them. So, but yeah, and we have fun. And one of the craziest things, Mike and I talk about it a lot. Actually, we have never actually met. We've never met.
That was going to be a follow-up question.
Oh, look at that. See, I'm taking all your questions from you. See, I'm terrible at being a guest.
You're getting more work out of them now than I get during that show.
So Okay, so you guys met. I mean, you're. It's kind of it's the kind of thing like when you ask a couple, how did you guys meet? Oh, we met online. Everybody meets online nowadays. So obviously, you guys met online.
Match.com.
Yeah, fantastic.
Harmony.
Yeah. Logan stalked me out on Twitter one time, and
That's not exactly how it went down. It's more Harmony.com.
100%. I've actually
had a free profile.
free profile. They're not paying for advertising. Logan's stalked me out online, and I mean, the show for us has kind of changed over I don't know, we've been doing this for about a year and a half now. And we actually met for the first time last month at IPCPR. So
I kicked him straight in the balls when I met him.
Was it creepy at all?
It was kind of surreal, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a bad way, but
no, it was.
I've never met you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were gonna get the like, is it gonna be like we're running through a meadow and it's like a big slow motion hug, or is it just gonna walk up and just punch me right in the face? I wasn't sure which one.
Yeah.
It was like right in between of that.
It's probably good that we don't meet each other, because we'll probably end up seeing each other and go, really, I don't like this guy. He's a douchebag. So it's better that we don't meet each other. I think it works better this way, this long-distance relationship we have, and I think we're going to keep it that way.
Yeah, there you go. So where are you guys based out of?
I'm based out of upstate New York, just about 45 minutes outside of Albany, New York.
Okay. All right.
And I'm down in Pennsylvania, a little town called Red Lion, which is pretty much halfway between Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and Baltimore, Maryland. I'm only like a half hour maybe from the Maryland border down where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out in California. Logan's out in Texas. You guys seem like you're a little bit closer, but
you're in the same time zone.
Yeah.
That fucks me and Rob up.
You've got that going for you. So let's kind of jump into the show a little bit. I mean, you guys, it sounds like I know that your programming is pretty similar to ours. I mean, you have guests on, you ask questions, you take audience questions, things of that nature. And I'll start with I'm going to start with Mike Forey here. Give me who are some of your favorite shows or your favorite guests that you've had?
And why?
Oh, definitely Pete Johnson.
That was a good show. I was jealous. You're smoking a mummy.
Yeah, I mean, Pete Johnson was on. John Huber. John Huber is always great whenever we have him on. Jose Blanco. A lot of these guys are really getting into the social media aspect, and the ones that are really embracing it and finding the following, I think, give us almost a better show, because there's more that you can discuss with them, pertaining to, instead of just sitting in a factory, well, what about the people who follow you, on Twitter, on Facebook, on all these different avenues? They all have a way to contact them now. And it's just really interesting to do shows like that. I like the blogger shows. It gives the blogs an opportunity to talk, live on the air, to get their names out, to find out, what Logan's eHarmony profile is, things like that. And you can just grab more people that way.
Hey,
I would be curious to see what your eHarmony profile would look like.
If I had one, it would be fucking epic. It would be a panty dropper, dude. I'm telling you, it would be unreal. I would be like fucking just man.
I buy all of that except for the panty dropper part.
You have no idea, Rob.
I manscaped for a reason. See,
I see him more on Craigslist. I don't know why, but
Creepster.
I know, Craigslist killer. That's not funny, but it kind of is.
Yeah, too soon.
Maybe too soon.
Too soon.
Did you ever see the documentary, though? I do want to say this. The guy, and I watched it because I love documentaries.
Craigslist Joe?
Yes, the guy that lived off Craigslist, like people just giving him stuff in like a couple months. I was like blown away. I was like, people in America are that generous? That's crazy.
Well, I think it helps. I think it helps when you're being followed by a camera crew.
Man.
Touche.
Not to be that guy, but.
Well, yeah.
No, because I was thinking the same thing, and then I thought, well, of course I'm going to let you crash in my guest room if you have a camera crew with you.
Yeah, it means you might not kill me because there'll be proof. You know, so.
Or it's some crazy snuff film thing that I don't know about. So
that's
either
true.
way.
You never know.
Either
Those
way.
Europeans. So let me ask, because Rob's talking too much. So we kind of talked about your favorite show. Open up to either of you, and we'll tell you guys, because I have my favorite moments from our show. But what's the funniest thing that's happened on your show, or the funniest moment that you've had?
Oh,
Air with a guest.
Christ. The funniest. Oh, hands down, the funniest of my. I would say something with Jonathan Drew and Matt Booth, but I'm going to say hands down. Every time Michael Herklock from Nat Sherman comes on our show, he crashes our show, crashes the system. We are never able to get a full show with him, and he's the only guest. He's been on twice has crashed. I don't know why. The last time, it cost us, we had to get new hard drives. Totally crashed the system. That would probably be the funniest, even though it was the most costly.
Wow.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Definitely. Every single time he comes on, I'm rebuilding the computer. It's crazy.
Have you had him on since?
No, and we intend not to have him back on again. No, only kidding, Michael. Have you had him on?
No.
All right, don't.
I'm glad we haven't. Oh, shit.
He's a great guy. Michael Herklock is a great guy. It's just, awesome. It has, though, every single time we've had him on. But, yeah, I would have to say, the moment with Jonathan Drew during that show when he was going to walk into a certain area and people were yelling at him, you can't go in there, you can't go in there. And it's like, I'm thinking, and I'm sure, and Mike was thinking too, it's like, wait a minute, isn't this your factory?
Yeah. And then he ended it with a Jugs magazine. We went through a Jugs magazine. So, Matt Booth in the bathroom taking a dump was a good one too. So.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we got some stories. We've had some, that was pre-show before we actually went live. We were talking via phone, and I'm like, man, it sounds like it's echoing. Where are you? And he's like, I'm taking a dump in the bathroom. Okay.
Wow.
I'm not sure what I would do with that.
Yeah.
I would laugh. Rob would get very uncomfortable and not talk, and then I would just start laughing hysterically is what would happen.
Chances are I would be pretty uncomfortable with that.
You would be very uncomfortable. All right, Rob, what was your favorite from our show? What's your favorite moment?
Well,
I have two. Two that comes to mind.
I know what. Well, I'm going to let you go first because I think I know what yours are.
Well, the one with Gary is obviously one, but Stinky recently, that one was pretty epic too. Like,
it doesn't compare with Jugs magazine, but it's pretty close.
But it's pretty funny. So Stinky was on the show, and Stinky, like, he's kind of out there, and he was doing screen share. He was talking about I think it was the 10th anniversary ashtray that he's putting out that's crystal and stuff, and he was kind of going to show us a picture. And he'd been showing the pictures of different ashtrays through the application. Well, like, all of a sudden, he's like, oh, let me show you this. And it's a picture of, like, these 9 or 10 different naked chicks with their tits hanging out. And he flashed it for just a second, and he's like, oh, yeah, whoops, I didn't mean to show that. But it's definitely on purpose. But it was kind of like, in Fight Club where they pipe Brad Pitt in, so you're like, did I really see that or did I not? Dude, it was perfect. It was so awesome.
That's a pretty good description of it. He prefaced it with saying, let me show you a picture of my wife. Because it had something to do with the anniversary, and his wife was the one who kind of gave him the name and everything. And bam, then it's just naked chicks on the beach. And I think my favorite part was I said, wow, I really didn't know the direction the show was going to go, but I really didn't think we were going to see boobies. And he's just, and Stinky's in there in his polo, and he's in his office looking very official, and he's like, yeah, those were nice.
Yeah, those were nice.
That was funny.
It was a good show. And then I got one more.
Go ahead.
The Martian one.
Yeah, well, we could talk about that later.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
We had a cutter company come on, and they wanted to have a bunch of different people on. And halfway through the show, a woman shows up, and just her little camera shows up at the bottom of the screen, but nobody acknowledged her. So I didn't know who it was, so I just kind of ignored her.
Kept going.
And then she get the feedback from the audio was just kept cycling and cycling through, and it just sounded like it was saying Martian, Martian, Martian.
And
Martian,
I go Martian, Martian, Martian. Then you heard my voice go Martian, 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 Martian.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
It was ridiculous. But I think the best moment, and Logan kind of alluded to this, was we had Gary Griffith of Emilio Cigars come on. And Gary's awesome. He's one of the, we've been lucky enough to meet a lot of people doing this, and he's one of the more genuine people that you meet. But we're sitting there talking, and we were going over the giveaway, and he had had a couple of glasses of wine, while we're watching the show, and he just kind of stands up. He says, "You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go pee." And he left.
Middle of the show. And Rob and I are like, did he really just go to the pisser? And then you hear the toilet flush. I'm like, oh, dear God.
Just went to the bathroom.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Those are the antics you can't control with your guests. You never know what's going to happen. That's actually the fun part of the show.
It's true.
Yeah, for good or ill, I guess.
There you go.
Showing manscaping.
Yeah, well, to a certain extent, you can control that, or at least I can. I can make it so that his Michael Forley's screen never pops up again.
That's the best part.
That would probably be wise.
Yeah, we'll just keep you down at the bottom there. It's fine.
Well, I got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and I've drawn some parallels between you guys and Rob and I. I think it definitely to have a show, you kind of have to have two different personalities. So, Rob is very serious. Rob is always on topic. Rob is the planner. Rob is the guy. All that.
In essence, you could say I'm the glue that keeps the show together.
But I'm the personality. I'm the funny guy. I'm like the Bob Saget of Cigar Chat. No, Bob Saget's legit. Either way, and he's crazy. Have you ever seen him do comedy? He's hilarious. But
I've heard his stand-up is pretty epic.
It's pretty awesome. So how are you guys? Would you say that one of you is more serious and one of you is more of the jokester? And do you think that help or hurt you guys' show, or do you think that it derails it? I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I'll let Mikey answer that question, actually.
It's kind of like we both have our serious moments. It's like when something has to get done, we have to get it done. There's a lot more like with our show in the background with what we actually have to do to produce a show than like you guys are using a Google Hangout, and we use that as our back end. But then there's so much more that we actually have to do. I mean, two computers running and screens, and so I can't get too crazy, but yeah. I like to mess around. I mean, Mike likes to mess around too, but I would say Mike is probably a little more on the serious side during the show than what I am. I mean, I'd go way off kilter if he wanted to reel me in sometimes, I believe.
Especially if he's drinking Zaya. Some of our best shows is when he's drunk. I'll admit that. But yeah, he's right. I'm more the serious guy on the show. I'm like that in life. I just want things figured out, taken care of. It has a plan. This is how we go. But for the most part, we both just joke around. We laugh. We have fun. It is a little, like he said, it is a little different because we do it a little different than you guys do it. We have other avenues that we have to keep up and follow, which I don't know if Mike can ever show you that, but how many different screens we have to use just to get our show up and running. And so he's usually paying a lot of attention to that, and I'm more trying to keep the guests involved, and then Mike will pop in and come in. But I think I don't know, I think actually we both have the same personality. We're both kind of goofy, just having fun, but we want people to come back to the show and enjoy what they're watching. But you know what? If I could, I got a question for you guys, because you do similar to what we're doing. What do you find is your biggest the most trouble you have with your show? There's something that we have. I'm just curious if you have the same problem. What's the biggest stepping stone you have in doing this show?
From like a logistical standpoint, or
from booking guests to things you can't control to what do you think is the most stepping stone that you have?
I've got a couple, but Rob, you go first.
I would say, that's a good question. I mean,
we came prepared.
No, that's a great question. I mean, what you guys do from a logistical hardware standpoint, software standpoint, sounds you guys are a lot more intricate than we are. I mean, we're kind of a plug and play type system, right. And I think that's kind of out of necessity, to be honest. I would say the technical hurdles that we have with guests who might not be that technically savvy.
Sure.
Would be probably number one. That all happens offline, and I always get to deal with that.
Yeah,
But,
and I work for a technology company.
And Logan works for Dell, and I'm the one who gets to deal with that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like I can be real patient if I'm with a guest, but if my mom calls me with a question about her computer, I just lose it. But I would say that's probably the biggest. That would be my biggest thing. What about you, Logan?
I mean, the technical stuff, I mean, I don't deal with that, so obviously, I think kind of the biggest thing for us, what?
Fat Kid's got the answer. Time zones, that's our biggest problem.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's a big one, especially because I believe Central Standard is, the soul of America, and that everyone else is East or West Coast. But, I mean, I think the biggest thing, and it's not that we face this a lot, but when we do, it's kind of a pain in the ass, because we've been very lucky. I mean, of the 50-some-odd shows we've done, we always have some sort of giveaway or whatever, and we've always been very fortunate. We've had, pretty much everyone always give what they've promised, in a timely manner. But, I mean, there have been, I won't name names, I call him Voldemort, but he didn't send out what he was supposed to. And for me, it's tough because I'm like, you try to connect, and you just feel like shit because it reflects bad on you. I mean, very rarely, but when it does happen, it sucks. And then the other bit is really for Rob and I, is trying to find a time to have the show when everyone can attend. Because I like Tuesdays, Rob likes Thursdays, and then do we have it later in the night? Do we have earlier? But, I mean, booking guests, I mean, we kind of talked before, but, I mean, we're booked out until, like, October. I know you guys are booked all the way out, too. Booking guests isn't the problem. It's more the logistics on the back end. You reviewing the cigars, doing all that's the pain. But
yeah, no, I agree I would agree with you 100%. The time zone thing is a big problem. Trying to figure out that exact date to have your show, and we don't anyway. We don't want to step on anybody else's toes who's doing anything similar to us. So we were actually at one point when we first started out, we were doing Thursday and Saturday, and then we both have families, and then we realized, we're going to push it to Saturdays. And it's I would agree with you on that. The time zone issue, and that's finding out the exact time. That's probably one of the biggest problems.
Yeah, I mean, as from a time zone standpoint, I don't think there is a perfect time.
No.
Day of the week, there isn't a perfect day. I mean, Fridays probably is one of the days that I don't really want to do. Monday, half the year you're dealing with Monday Night Football.
Tuesday's the best, bro. I'm telling you.
Well, the reason that I stick with Thursdays is I work for the Giants, so when they're at home on a Tuesday, if they're at home on a Tuesday, it's a night game, and there's no way I can do a show. If they're at home on a Thursday, it's either a day game or it's a day off. So that's really the best way for my schedule. And
wait a minute. You work for the Giants?
I do.
God,
sorry.
Why the hell did I do this show?
You a Dodger fan? You can't be a Dodger fan way over there. Well, I guess you could.
Steelers, Phillies, and Flyers.
Oh. Well, yeah, that all makes sense.
So loser. He's okay with that.
Yeah.
He's a 3-time loser.
There's a lot of second place finishes in there too, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So yeah, those would probably be the biggest. And I mean, it sounds like you guys are kind of on the same deal.
Definitely, and I think Thursday nights, when we pulled it, Thursday night was the night everybody wanted. So we decided to go with Saturdays instead of screw viewers. So.
Yeah, screw you guys.
But
we've never actually polled. We kind of flip-flop a little bit. We flip to Tuesdays sometimes. We have some guests that can't do Thursdays.
And we play with the hours when I'm in India or London or
yeah,
wherever.
Logan World Traveler.
Yeah. Hey, I get up and I show up.
You do. You might not be in the best mood. You might not have a shirt on, but you're there.
I might be half naked, but who knows?
So what are everybody smoking? What are you guys smoking? We can talk about more than one brand of cigars tonight. That's actually kind of fun.
Yeah, we can. I'm smoking the UF13.
Ooh.
Oh, you just went right to the top.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's
only for you guys.
Which
I smoke that for anybody else.
Which iteration of the 13 is it?
That's a good question. I actually don't freaking know.
Did it have the little pigtail cap on the top?
Yes, it did.
So it's the dark, I guess. And
yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's killer. I'll tell you that.
That's such a good cigar. I love that stick.
Killer. Mike's smoking a Devil's Weed.
Yeah, right.
Anybody was wondering?
Dude, Devil's Weed, Dark Shark, Hesitant Pirate.
It'll take an hour for his to focus. Don't worry.
You guys smoke the good stuff. Logan, what are you smoking?
I actually bought some cigars for myself. Got the Room 101 Limited Conjura. Papi Chulo, however the fuck you say that.
Yeah, nice cigar.
Oh, now I'm gonna butt in, but Room 101. Did you ever have the Daruma?
Darama?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, I bought a box of it.
Phenomenal.
I agree. And
And the
Lancero.
Lancero.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, Lancero. Phenomenal.
Shit's amazing. There you go. I got it. Yes.
There will be one more of those, I'm sure.
At least one more.
I'm smoking a J.D. Howard Reserve.
So I've got a question.
I love this cigar. Go ahead.
So
The best cigar they made, in my opinion.
I would agree.
I would.
I feel like it's. I feel like they're. I mean, Logan will tell you about my one-sided love affair with Crown Heads, but
it's awful.
I feel like everything that they do is great, and it keeps getting just a little bit better. The only thing I didn't really like was the Mule Kick right when it came out, but after about 6 months, I think it was great. But anyway, go ahead, Logan. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say when it dovetails on the fact that you love John Huber and have his baby, if it was possible. But from doing the show, I mean, I'll admit it. Like I love. I mean, Jose Blanco. Big love. I don't know if you guys know 1502 Cigars, Enrique Sanchez. Love that guy. He's fucking awesome.
Enrique is pretty awesome.
From doing the show, have you guys found a manufacturer or a brand that you guys just love? Like, you're just, not necessarily because they make, I mean, of course they make great cigars, but just as a person, you're like, I can't wait for this guy to be on the show.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Rob. I mean, I'm a big Crown Heads fan. It's definitely known. I mean, Head the Grange on my site last year was the #1 cigar. I think it's the best cigar in their lineup. I think everything they make is great, but I think the Head the Grange rocks. It's right up there, my avenue. But yeah, I'm a big fan of John Huber and Mike Condor and all the things those guys are doing over there. Somebody who I always look forward to coming on the show and it's probably Jose Blanco. I mean, he's so informative, and even Rocky Patel when he was on our show was, I mean, the knowledge that these two guys have with tobacco is just mind blowing. I mean, I've been smoking cigars for 27 years, and I felt like a moron after listening to them. I'm like, yeah, I don't know nothing. I don't even know why I'm talking on this show, you know. But yeah, those guys, but definitely Crown Heads is. I really have a lot of respect for what those guys are doing. I really do.
Yeah, for me it would be definitely, I mean, Jose Blanco. I mean, just the knowledge factor of that man. I mean, I could sit down with Jose Blanco for weeks on end and just learn, you know, and just sit there like a little schoolgirl, you know. I got the hair for it.
and the outfit.
The outfit.
Don't show us the skirt.
But you know, in a personal sense, I mean, I love Pete Johnson. I mean, Pete, I can kid around with Pete Johnson. I can, you know, have fun with him. You know, we blast back and forth. You know, it's, you know, he's a guy who'll come up to you and shake your hand and, you know, not worry about where you are, who you're with, anything else. Just, you know, come right up and say hello. And just that's sort of the cigar industry always impressed me. And I think Pete Johnson really took it. And I think it's because he started, you know, with the boutique blend and has worked his way up. You know, some of the ones that have been in the industry for so many years have kind of lost a little bit of that contact. And now you said like Enrique with 1502. I actually interviewed him at my local shop the one time he was there, and he's awesome. I mean, he's a great guy. Yeah. You know, and those are the kind of personalities I think that really come out in the cigar industry now and really take over and want, it makes people want to smoke their cigars and try them.
It's true. Agreed. Yeah, I mean, you guys have echoed it. I also really like George Rodriguez from Rodrigo Cigars, because every time he comes on, it's like a truth-telling session. I ask him a question, he goes, well, I'm going to shoot it to you straight. And I was like, all right, go for it, man. And he always just lays it out. And I'm like, all right, dude, I like that. He's a cool
I love that he gets 3/4 of the way through his answer and he says, I probably shouldn't be saying all this stuff.
But I did.
A little late now.
Yeah, he was pretty candid. He's oh, well, it's just us talking. It's fine.
Yeah.
So we've you know, we didn't really really advertise this in advance, but I think we're going to do a couple of little giveaways tonight. Just some quick little weasel winnings tonight.
Manscaping trimmings.
Yeah, that's we're going to roll that up, and somebody's going to have to smoke that. That's disgusting.
Dude, that's vile, dude.
It doesn't matter where the hair came from. It's just
that's called a devil's weed.
I don't think I've ever smoked a devil's weed, Manscaped or not.
You're not missing anything.
Well, I mean, I would assume when it's $1 from CI that it's probably going to be something really shitty.
Well, you know the whole story behind the devil's weed thing is when it first came out from Molina Cigars did it. I don't know if you ever tried them from the original release. They were actually a decent cigar. They were overpriced, and that's what I think drove them out. But then CI took them over, and all of a sudden they became this cheap dollar Thompson giveaway stick type thing. And I didn't know it at the time. Should I tell you that? You want to hear the story?
Yes, I do.
With my devil's weed thing? All right. Mike loves this. The Devil's Sight, Cigar Bid, if nobody understands Devil's Sight, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I go in there, and I was just messing around, and I saw Devil's Weed. I was like, oh, all right, Molina cigars, they were pretty good. So I bid on it. I was like, well, I put such a low bid in, I'm going to just bid on all of them.
Oh, dear.
So there was like, how many was it? I can't, like 5 in the natural and 3 or 4 in the Maduro. And so I bid on them, and it was like the thing ended it, and I won every single freaking bundle of these damn Devil's Weed. I had these things, and I was like, oh, all right, I tried one, and it was the worst cigar I have ever smoked. So I just started giving them to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I was mailing them to everybody I knew. I mean, that's the Devil's Weed story, and that's why I always say about with Devil's Weed, and it was just horrific on Cigar Bid.
It's so cheap. I'll just bid on all of them.
Dude, that's awesome.
I figured somebody would outbid me, and I would end up getting like maybe one of them, or have to up my bid. Well, nobody outbid me.
Yeah,
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, when it's been up for 3 days and it's closing in 40 minutes and you're the only bid, you're in for bad times. That's funny. So yeah, we're gonna do just a couple of quick giveaways. I'm gonna give away kind of a mystery prize pack, a sampler. I don't know what's gonna be in it, but we'll do that. And I think you guys had some. You said you guys had some hats or something to that effect.
He's waking up, man.
Oh, there you go.
Ta-da!
Oh, those are cool.
We'll give away a mystery 5-pack as well.
And say that again?
We'll give away a mystery 5-pack.
Okay, cool. So we'll have a couple of winners. Logan, you giving anything away?
Fuck no.
All right, sounds good.
Sure, Logan.
Hey, but there's a reason though. There's a reason, and I'll tell you the reason because I'm gonna name drop a little bit on our show here. Is we're doing a unnamed. Well, actually, I already said for Project Mignano, we got something really cool teamed up with Brian Berman from Project Mignano. We're going to be having something go live on our site this coming Monday. There's a teaser video on the front page if you haven't checked it out. And if you've seen all the posts, I've posted those 10, 15 boxes of cigars we've had donated. Just check out the site on Monday. And the reason why I'm not doing anything today is because I have to warehouse all that and not smoke it. So it's been horrible. It's been awful. Especially,
Ooh, you were getting that, Mike. You all done?
I'm out.
No shit. Okay, I don't want to be a dick. I'll give away something.
Throwing it back.
I'm gonna send out something too.
Okay, so we're gonna have we've got what 4 winners. So Logan, you can figure out how we're gonna give it away.
Ah, damn it, that is my job. Shit.
You always get the fun part.
That's the worst job too, because I always feel bad. I feel bad when I say, guys, you got 2 days to email me. They never email me, and I'm just like, shit, you lose. But then they like email me like 3 minutes later, and I'm just like, it's happened.
It's funny how people can't do anything until there's a deadline.
Yeah.
So with the show and doing your reviews and things like that for your separate sites, do you guys have any crossover where you work together in anything other than the show, or is it just you guys do the show together and that's it?
Well, in the beginning, we both did reviews together. We did on Mike Stowe on my other site. We did some guest reviews together, Mike and I. But we don't do any reviews at all at Stogie 411. Totally, we agreed that we would never do a review over there.
Okay.
But prior to that, yeah, we have done a few reviews together.
Now, Michael, I'll start with you, since I've already got you up on the screen. How did you said you've been doing this for a while. How did you guys get started? Or how did you get started doing reviews and things like that? Yeah.
Funny thing is, actually, I started, like I said, I smoked for about 27 years. I never thought about doing reviews. I always went to a few sites, Tom Cigars, the Cigar Nut. I checked out Nummy a little bit over there. And I was like, man, that seems like fun. I was looking for a hobby. My wife was like, you really got to get out of my hair for a while. So I was like, all right, let me. So, I said, I could try this. I can do this. I've been smoking for a while. And I was like, it's not going to catch on. And to my surprise, I was totally humbled and flabbergasted by the amount of responses I got when I did my first, video review. And of course, you always get those who don't agree with you, and that's cool. And I respect everybody's opinion. I have no problem with it. But, yeah, I just decided one day I was going to do it. And Mike and Tom and Dave over at Cigar Nut, those guys were, I just asked them a question. They were always there to help. No matter what I asked, they were there to help me. And I think I've been over there doing my other site, going on my 4th year, but I am closing that down because it's a lot, man, doing this, doing our show, doing reviews, raising young kids, and now I have a grandchild. I'm like, wow. It's just way too much time, I'm like, I gotta cut something out. So I decided at the end of this year I'm going to close it down and just focus on with him. So that's it. All in a nutshell. Pretty simple.
All right, Michael. The other Michael, your turn. Same question.
Yeah, me. It was I was a viewer on Stogie Review, and I was on the forums when the forums were still up. And I mean, I'd talk with guys and we'd chat and say things. And just one day, I think it was Walt that said, hey, you want to do a review? And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Why not? And ever since then, I've been doing it. I never really thought about it either. I was just like, it was nice to see somebody else's opinion before, I smoked a cigar. It was, and like I always say, and like Mike agrees with it too. I'm pretty sure he does. I'm just throwing him out there and saying he agrees. What the hell? But, if you can find that reviewer that has the same type of profile that you have, it's wonderful. It's like you can follow them, and the cigars that reviewer smokes, it's like you tend to enjoy. And that's what I really liked about the site. There were different people. I guess it was Brian, Walt, and Jerry at the time when I joined then. And, it was like you have different people reviewing a cigar, and it just gives you more of a guideline to go by. And, yeah, like Mike said, with Stogie 401, it's a lot of work, though. I mean, it's a lot to be able to smoke enough cigars to get a review done, along with getting everything, technically done for the Stogie 411, getting the guests, getting the questions, and like you said, but we agreed we wouldn't review a cigar on Stogie 411 as long as we were reviewing elsewhere. Now if someday we both decide we're not reviewing anywhere else, maybe, but that's something that hasn't really come up yet. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, Logan and I, we wrote together. You wrote up for my site a little bit, not much.
I did. It was the best damn content you had. I'll say
it really is. I've deleted it all, but it was really great.
Throw in the traffic, bro. My reviews are epic.
I like the crooked out of focus photos were great.
Hey, I've upgraded my BlackBerry from the Curve 8520. Bam! I'm in the 9000s now, bitches.
What's a BlackBerry?
I know, corporate BlackBerry. I know, dude. I know, corporate BlackBerry, dude. I know.
That's a BlackBerry.
My old one didn't even have a fucking flash. This one at least has a flash.
That is fantastic. So this isn't the one that fell into the sewer
shit
with
pit in India? No, it's not that one. That's an epic story, but I've told it too much.
Yeah, we've covered that story already. So, I mean, we just had. I'll try to pull this back into cigars a little bit. We just had IPCPR. I'm not sure if you guys were there or not. Did you? You guys didn't go?
No.
Have you ever gone?
No.
Damn.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll just leave that alone then. So with all the, I mean, it's when the show, it's all the new releases, everything. What are you guys most excited about, or that you have smoked, or that you haven't smoked yet, that you're looking forward to? I mean, we talked about the J.D. Howard a little bit, but what for you guys is kind of like the most exciting thing on the horizon?
I'll take this one first.
There you go.
All right.
The J.D. Howard is definitely. I mean, that's like I said. I mean, John Huber ended up pretty much hating me because I really didn't care for the Headley Grange. It was not a cigar for me at all.
It's because your palate sucks. But go ahead.
Yeah. Four Kicks was. I never had the Mule Kick. Four Kicks was a good cigar, but the J.D. Howard Reserve, I think, just took it to epic levels right now. And that was one. And the other one, Eddie Ortega, coming out the minis. I love those mini cigars. Like if I go from here to my local shop, it's usually about 20-30 minute drive. So if I have a little cigar to smoke, on the way, and that's one thing I was really excited to see.
Yeah, that's probably that's the perfect time for that cigar. I mean, Logan, when we interviewed Eddie at the show,
you mean my future boss?
Yeah, we smoked the Logan's always trying to get a job.
He said he'd hire me too, but he didn't email me back, that son of a bitch.
Well, he wants to pay you like $9.95 an hour.
No, well, yeah.
That's what he said.
Either way.
Anyway,
Ouch.
we smoked the. Which one did we smoke during that? We smoked the.
You smoked the Maduro. Yeah, you smoked the Connecticut. I smoked the Habano.
And I mean, I smoked it, and I smoke really slow, and I smoked that thing in about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's perfect. I haven't tried the other two yet, but the Connecticut was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was too. He gave me one up at I was up at excuse me, Cigarnival, famous smoke shops. Walt and I went up there, and he gave me one to smoke and try up there before the show, and I really liked it. I mean, it was, like I said, I actually talked to my local shop, and he actually ordered some, so I'm hoping next time I go over, he'll have them in. Yeah,
no, it's an interesting spot. It fills an interesting spot on the shelf.
Yep.
I mean, there's some small cigars out there, the J Fuego Origins or whatever those ones are called.
Yep.
But even that, I mean, that's really it for the little, I mean, tiny little things. Unless you want to go with something that's short filler and.
I mean, the CAOs, the Davidoffs. There's a bunch of the little ones out there, like you said, but it just depends, what you like. I still like the CAO Gold.
The tiny ones.
I like the minis, and I like the double Corona, the big bastard. And I like them big.
Oh God!
Oh boy!
He took it there.
I finished my drink.
Oh man!
But it is. I think he really came out with a cigar that people are looking for. Something that's not fruity and flavored and things like that, but it actually has a nice cigar taste to it in a short period of time.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good way to look at it. All right, Michael, what about you?
Yeah, I would definitely say that the J.D. Howard. There's one, I can't remember the name, but I know it's by the new one by Davidoff. There's a lot of buzz about it. I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
The Nicaraguan.
Nicaragua?
Yeah, that's it. That one. I want to try that one. I'm not a big Davidoff fan, but for some reason I want to try that one.
Yeah, the Davidoff Nicaragua was good.
Yeah, you had it?
I posted my review earlier this week.
I'll check it out.
It's a good cigar. It's the softer side of Nicaraguan tobacco. I don't have an extensive Davidoff background, to where I would say that it tastes like a Davidoff. I didn't really look at it from that standpoint. I just looked at it as I figured it was going to be more smooth than your average Nicaraguan, and it really is. It's a good cigar. It's pricey, but it's a good smoke. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
The packaging is sweet though, it's definitely it's a good cigar, but it's definitely pricey for sure.
Did you get to try a lot of cigars when you were up there?
Well, Logan, you did that. Go, you talk about your experience.
Yeah, I'm just glad I don't do drugs, because I'm the kind of guy, like, when you have something, I do everything in excess. So, like, if I have a gallon of tea, I'll drink it in a day. Or if I have a bunch of cigars, I'll smoke 15 cigars a day. So in IPCPR, from the time we got there on Friday through the end of the show, I think I smoked like 70 cigars.
Wow. You are the man. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Did you pay for it?
No. Well, I mean, I was scraping like rat turds out of my mouth every morning. Like it was pretty disgusting. But yeah. But no, I mean, it was good. I mean, we got samples here and there. I mean, we did all right. But I mean, it was I think having the show, it was not because I went last year in 2013, 2012. And, our show was kind of new and definitely wasn't. People didn't know me. Like, when we were rocking around, like, they'd be like, oh, Rob and Logan. We'd be like, oh, hey, how do we know you again? So, I mean, it wasn't like a cold introduction, so a lot of people knew us. So it made it very easy to go up and do interviews and talk to people and stuff. But, I mean, we got a lot of good stuff. I mean, I think for me, I don't know if you guys have tried a couple of them, is the AK Nth Degree was the tits.
It's a good cigar.
It's a really good cigar. It was really good.
It's head and shoulders above the rest of the stuff that AK has produced.
Oh yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. The Ezra Zion Tantrum was really good. Let me think what else. There's some other good. I like the Casa Miranda Chapter 2. And then I got a lot of stuff I still got to smoke.
The La Jugada or Habano.
Oh, that's the heater.
Which one was that? I didn't hear you.
The La Jugada Habano. Muy Ruiz. They came on CigarChat, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And of course, Rob's always like politically correct. I'm kind of an asshole. And they have their San Andreas Maduro, and I was like, this thing fucking sucks. And I was like, and it wasn't like that direct, but it's actually a funny story. Like, I wasn't that direct, but I was like, guys, like, I'm not saying you're nobody, but you're new. It's a $10 cigar. I'd smoke Eddie's shit for $6. It's price versus value. You don't have a fucking website. Like, you don't have anything. Like, why would I do this? And it was actually funny, it actually ends happy. So when we were at the show, I'm sitting over there. It ends happy. So I was over kind of the booth, hanging out or whatever, and I hear, Logan, get over here. I'm like, oh shit, who is this? And it was Danny and Nelson from Muy Ruiz, and I met them in person. They're real kind and stuff and whatever. And they were like, yeah, you told us that cigar sucked. We took your feedback. You said it was too expensive, so Habano, we made it $1.50 cheaper, and you said it needed something a little more strength, so we created the Habano. Here's one. And I was like, you actually listened to my feedback. Now, a wise person probably wouldn't do that, but that fact that you did makes me feel really special that you actually gave a shit what I said. And then we got some cool photos of them like choking me out and shit. But no, super cool guys. I think they're going to do really, really well. They were well received. They were always really busy, but
nice.
It was interesting. It was cool, and it was nice to see it go full circle. Like where you have them on the show, they meet you, they actually take your feedback, and I think that's the best part. Having the show is, getting to meet all the manufacturers. But I mean, I learn, they learn from us, they learn from the audience, so it's just super cool. All right, that's enough being serious for me.
For me, the best part of going to the show, I mean, obviously you get to check out all the new stuff, and that's great. But for me, it was actually being able to meet these people in person. I mean, like we said, Logan and I met in person for the first time, and get to meet guys like John Huber in person. That was a lot of fun for me, just to meet him. And you talk to these guys so often, and throughout the year you have them on the show and you interview whatever. But to actually get to meet people and make it a little bit more personal. It's definitely one of the more personal industries out there, I think. But to be able to meet everybody and kind of shake your hand and do things like that was probably the highlight for me. But yeah, I mean, you guys touched on all from a standpoint of stuff that's coming out that I'm excited about. I mean, obviously the J.D. Howard, we talked about it already. There's some new stuff. Cabal from what's the the
Kellner Boutique
Kellner Boutique Factory, and that's actually a really good cigar. You didn't like it?
I mean, it was okay, but it's like Davidoff-y.
Yeah, it's
just not my wheelhouse. I mean, it's not a bad cigar. It doesn't have
enough. It doesn't have enough punch for you, I don't think.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's got a little. It's a little more nuanced than punch.
It's too refined for my
which is kind of
palate.
a dickhead way for me to say that, but
I know. Going backhand, no big deal.
Okay, Logan, you're up.
Wow, just throw it to me like that.
Yep.
Man, just like a curveball and shit.
I know, exactly. And then now
right.
I just stalled enough to think of a good question. So, so on you guys' show, I mean, typically how do you, go about getting your guests? And this is a question I personally want to know. Is, Rod and I try to time it out with releases or people are busy, but is it just kind of a first come, first serve thing, or is it, hey, we have an opening, let's go ahead and get these people booked? How do you guys go about doing that?
We put a horse's head in their bed.
Dude.
Say, listen, either you come on the show or else. Now, we don't worry about, if stuff's coming out because we're so booked in advance, it's almost impossible to do that. So we just throw it out there at the beginning of the year. We email everybody, say we'd like to have you on. We've had some conflicts. We try to work around it. But for the most part, people are pretty receptive. We just say, would you like to come on the show? We'd love to have you on. Let people know about your stuff, talk to people. And everybody's like, yeah. Like I said, we've had, excuse me, we've had probably 2 or 3 conflicts since we've been on the show, and that's it. Other than that, it's
nice.
It's pretty easy. But, like you guys, we're booked out for the rest of the year. So, if anybody was to come out, it's hard to try to get people on. We try not to get too many people on that have been on the show already.
Agreed. Yeah.
But it's hard because they got some stuff coming out, and we, they want to get on. They've been very nice to us, and we try to pay it back by trying to get them back on. And sometimes that, I don't know if it hurts you or helps you, with your viewers, whether like, well, geez, what more they came out with one cigar. We can talk about that cigar, but what else are we going to talk about? Because we just had you on 3 months ago.
Yeah.
We talked about everything else, so.
Right.
Yeah,
well, and we actually had manufacturers have asked us, if they could come on to the show. Some of the places I know, I feel so bad, and I have to say about it. Tiki Bar, David Jones, they did Chattanooga Tweet Up.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to come on to the show, and he wanted, to promote the Tweet Up and everything, and we just didn't have any spots available for him this year. And that's like I told him, as soon as he knows for next year, let me know. We'll put you on the books. It's kind of like, like Mike said, we put the emails out, or we take the manufacturer's requests, and it's almost, like you said, a first come, first serve. We don't try to time really, because most of the stuff like IPCPR, that's the big headache. I don't know if it is for you guys or not, It's like, especially booking like 3 months before the show, nobody wants to talk about anything new because everything's coming out at IPCPR.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like we just take them as we get them and try to get as many people as we can on the show that we think will be interesting, that, we like their cigars, we think people will have questions for them, and go from there. That's about it.
So who do you guys have coming up?
Well,
go
ahead. Go ahead. All right.
No, go ahead.
This Saturday we have Ariel
cool.
from
Nice
La
one.
Serena. She's coming up. We have, oh my God, no, I know
The guy's back from Ezra Zion.
Ezra Zion's coming
those
back.
guys.
We have Victor Vitale.
Yep,
Well,
Victor's
after that.
coming on. Oh my Lord, I can't remember.
We'll
I
have
put you on Front Street. I'm sorry.
Ernesto Perez Grillo will be on.
Yeah.
We have, Mr. John Hubert wants to come back on again. He really only wants to come back on. He doesn't want to talk cigars. There's a whole San Lotano oval thing going on with him and Mikey, and he really wants to just come on for that. So that'll be a whole episode where we talk about. We will not talk about the Crown Head cigars. We will talk about the San Antonio Oval.
Yeah, we'll talk about AJ Fernandez with John Weaver.
Yes.
That'd be cool. I think like it.
Yeah, that's a whole story right there. Yeah, yeah. But and you guys are going to be on.
Yes, you guys are coming on.
Yeah. What day is that?
I have no idea.
It's sometime this year.
Sometime before the end of the year. I know that.
Sounds good. I'll be there.
I think it's October we have you booked.
I think that's right.
It's October.
Well, I'm not going to have to worry about October baseball this year. So that's not a problem.
You can't win it every year, man.
Yeah,
no, it would get boring.
Yeah,
it would get boring. But you know what? I really do like 3.5 hour 3-1 losses though. Those are a lot of fun.
Oh. So let me ask you, what do you do for the Giants?
I run the digital scoreboard and I track pitches and speed, location, and stuff. Baseball geek nerd stuff.
Oh, that's sounds like a fun job, man.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's been fun the last few years. It's been kind of rough the last few months, but take the good with the bad. Yeah. I have to cut off the baseball conversation because otherwise the show will go in a whole different direction. And
yeah, we got to stop it.
And nobody will want to listen to it.
Nobody will want to give a shit.
Yeah, nobody cares. So let's do these giveaways real quick because we said we keep you guys here for an hour. We're creeping up on that that time. So we've got
my expertly created new application to track this shit. I am so amazing. Let's do it.
So we've got a hat and a sampler pack coming from Stogie 411.
Mm-hmm.
So we're picking 3 winners.
Correct. And something from me, which, I mean, that could be a shirt, that could be manscaping, so we have no idea.
It won't be ticking. But
it will not be ticking, and it'll be legal.
It'll show up from Logan. Something from myself as well that we'll probably, who knows what's going to be in there. Could be something fun.
Who knows? Maybe a Schmedium Bodega shirt. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows?
No. But just a side note, because I know G is here.
Yes.
When we did the show a couple weeks ago, and I'm wearing the Bodega T-shirt with the V-neck, and it's a V-neck T-shirt. It's not really my style, but I wore it anyway. And my wife comes home. She gets home right around the time the show is over, and she's like, "What are you wearing a V-neck for?" She gave me a whole bunch of shit about wearing a V-neck. So, G, that's all your fault.
You need to learn your market, G. We're not all Euro trendy, you jerk. Anyway.
I want to find that. Where's that picture of you wearing that shirt?
I don't know. It's in there somewhere. It makes me look ginormously fat.
All right, you guys do the giveaway. I'm finding that picture.
Okay. So for prize pack number 1, Micro Mike, pick a number between 1 and 14.
Go ahead, Mikey.
11? Did you say 11?
I said go ahead, Mike.
Oh no, I said what number?
Yeah, 11 sounds good.
Let's go with 11. 11. Da-da-da, drum roll, please. Let's get the sound effects. Number 11. Fat Kid. Good job. Fat Kid, you're the best.
You get so excited when you do the giveaways. I love it.
I do, because Fat Kid's from Missouri, and he loves the Cardinals. And he sent me an Anheuser-Busch ashtray, which was mad legit. Okay. Prize pack 1 done. All right. So Logan's going to pick his number between 1 and 14, not 11. 9. I don't know who you are. Oh, I do know who you are. Nate Martin. How's it going, buddy? You win some mystery prize from Logan. I wouldn't have your hopes set too high on anything good.
Yeah, I would.
I would not be expecting cigars. I would probably go ahead to play it for a Schmedium Bodega T-shirt. I would just go ahead and bank on that one.
The Schmedium. I love the Schmediums, dude. That's awesome.
Schmediums, dude. All right, Rob, you're up.
Can I just pick my winner?
I don't give a shit. Go ahead.
It's my stuff. I can just pick them, right?
Sure, go ahead, asshole.
I'm picking the Nothing. Because he's referencing, or at least I think he's referencing the Never-Ending Story. So, and I love that movie. So I'm going with the Nothing is the winner. He's going to win my stuff. And I've already got all of his information. He doesn't need to email me. He's going to win big time. Something fancy pants.
Yeah, you'll probably win something better than what I'm going to be sending to Nate. And please post up your picture of what I send you because it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic. I'm excited.
Now, I do want to say from us, you're doing ours as one, the hat and the 5-pack.
Yeah.
It will come from 2 different places because I have the hat and Mike has the 5-pack.
Oh, do you want to pick 2 different winners? I was just trying to save on shipping.
Yeah.
Oh, it don't matter to me. That's your show.
It's your shit you're giving away on our show.
I don't care.
Whatever you guys want to do, give away the hat to one person. We'll give away the 5-pack.
Okay. So the 5-pack.
Well,
no, go ahead.
You want to do both, Mike?
All right, do both. Do both.
Oh shit.
All right, we'll do one with the 5-pack and we'll do one separate.
Okay.
How about that?
All right. Random number between 1 and 14.
Go ahead, Mike.
7.
7. And forgot my. Dave Nichols. Woo! Big winner. Good job, dude. You won a hat.
Cool.
He's
Thanks,
like,
guys.
woohoo!
That's
Dave's cool.
That's very generous. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much.
Those hats are sweet. I'm gonna have to talk to you guys about who makes your hats because those things are pretty legit. We need some with a big picture of Logan on the front of them.
Dude, they would sell like fucking hotcakes, bro.
We need a pink beanie.
We do.
For Meg.
It has my face on it. It says Meg.
Yeah, we need the Meg pink beanie. Yeah, no. So we've reached our hour limit, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Guys, we appreciate you taking the time. Give everybody. I'm gonna kind of go down. I'm gonna go to Mike first, and then I'll go to Mike after that. Let everybody know where they can find you. You know, your website, find you on Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, you can find us at Stogie411.com. You can find me on Twitter at Hogman21 on Twitter. And real quick, I just want to mention, if we can, if you go over to our site, there was an officer who was a partner of my brother's in Charlotte County. He was killed the other day in the line of duty. He left behind a wife and 3 kids, and we have we're trying to get donations over there. If you go over to our site, you'll see his picture, and you'll see a whole write-up of what happened. And if you can just click on that link, and they're doing it through PayPal, it'll send you to the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department. It'll send you over to their website. Anything you can donate via PayPal, even $1, everything will help this family that was left behind, and we would appreciate it over at Stogie 411. So I just want to pull the cigar community together and show everybody over there how great this community is and how we care about those heroes that were killed in the line of duty to protect us. So that's all I have to say. And I want to say thanks to you guys for allowing us to come on. It was a fun hour, and we wish you guys nothing but success. So thanks so much.
Cool.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it, and definitely, guys, check out that. If
we'll put a link up on the site.
Yeah, we'll get a link up on Cigar Federation as well. So anything you guys can do to help out. I mean, you never want to hear about situations like that, but anything that we can do to help, you know, we're glad to do so. And I mean, that's awesome that you guys are doing that. So we'll hopefully we can drum up some support. And okay, and Mike, you're up now.
I was just waiting. You were just kind of like, and you paused there for a second. I was like, okay, let's go to Logan. But no, you can find me Stogie411.com and StogieReview.com, of course. Twitter, it's Nightrid, KNIGHTRID. Night Rider was my handle when I was on BDSs. That's how old I am. Yes, kill me. And you know, once I got to the internet, Night Rider was taken everywhere, so I just shortened it. That's the reason Nightrid. Facebook, same thing. Yeah, you know, Hasselhoff. Woo!
Oh, how did we not get into that?
Hey, see? Look at that. I'm telling you. But Facebook, you know, you can just look up under my name. I'm on there. Stogie411's on Facebook. Stogie411 is on Twitter. That's where you can find me, pretty much.
Cool.
And yeah, I do, like Mike said too, I want to thank you guys a lot for having us on. It was great. We had, you know, it's been a fun hour. You know, it's kind of interesting being on the other side of the camera right now. It was interesting, and thank you very much. Yeah, no, we definitely appreciate you guys taking the time, and you know, we've all got the same goals. So I mean, there's you know, more than one show, so we've got people who hopefully will come check you guys out, and I check out your shows when I can, so hopefully other guys will do it as well, and
And we do appreciate some people that take it kind of seriously as opposed to this guy.
Those people helping people.
No, we do appreciate it, guys. Thanks for coming on. Logan, who's up? Who do we have? We have a show next week, or what's the deal? I know we've got a couple.
Hold on.
I don't think we have next week.
No, I'll tell you in 1 second if you just hold on. Shut your face.
So I know I've got a long homestand coming up that I'm really excited about.
All right. So coming up, we got a couple of half-assed next 2 Fridays. Next show, which I'm super pumped about, is my boy Tim from Podman Cigars.
Tim's a lot of fun.
Talking to BOTL. You gotta crack that nut once you do with him. He just chatterbox. Love it. He's a good guy.
Crack that nut. It's a lovely visual. We appreciate that. So we'll be back with Podman in a couple weeks. Guys, as always, we appreciate all your support. You can find me at RobbieRazReviews.com, at RobbieRaz on Twitter. I'm here on Cigar Federation as well. Logan, CigarFederation.com, and at Logan at Dell, Corporate Monkey on Twitter.
I know.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.